Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some Temur Prowess. I have cards in a little bit mixed like organization here. We have a lot more one drops than what it's going to look like, but I wanted to spread it out a little bit so it's a little bit more easy to digest and there only being 2 rows of cards. So we are playing Temur Prowess. We were going to try to benefit from what we did before when we were just playing blue-red Prowess, and the additions of having the Otter. We are now playing the Royal Treatment that can give our creature hexproof, keep it around, plus grow it, and then give our creature ward for the rest of the game. So that's very nice, and that comes up pretty important when our opponent's tapping out or something like in response to a Wandering Emperor, which we normally fold to in terms of like exiling a creature with haste. And we're going to try to benefit from Questing Druid, using it as a creature, but also a Reckless Impulse in terms of the fact that the side ability from the new set is Seek the Beast. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the next end step. You may play those cards. So you just cast this on their turn, go to your turn, and you essentially take the draw for your upkeep, and you've drawn 3 cards for that turn, so you get a lot more information. Other than that, we're going to be fast, aggressive, try to hit hard with Monstrous Rage, Lightning Strike, and play with fires, and use Commando and Reckless Impulse along those ways with Shredder to get that value that we need to grind out our games. We're just going to get into them. I hope you all enjoy, and if you do, please be sure to subscribe. Other than that, let's just get into it. We can play the Stormcarve first, and then play with Spear Commando and attack. Kind of don't lose out on that 1 damage that we would get. Don't lose out. 4. We're going to stick with the game plan. Although Thalia might make things a little interesting here. Attack for 1. From an officer, it's not a Thalia. Now, I think I just played 2 Prowess threats. Hope it's good enough. We hold. House makes me fidgety if you can't tell. I have to poke all the dots. When he's attack, we're gonna make a 1/1. Okay. No attack, so we get out of that pretty easily. Wow. Plan on lightning striking the officer that they plan to draw a card with. Anyway, so let's go ahead and attack, see if we can't trade off some things here. We have 2 Prowess on the stack, along with the Monstrous Rage being one of them that gives us absurdity. Take you out. They draw. I don't know what their hand consists of that they felt the need to draw instead. Do we cash in, or do we try to soak up a Commando? I think cashing in is fine, especially on the Otter. And the Otter is going to be really hard to block in the next coming turn. We almost can kill them with just the Otter next turn. As this will Prowess again. This will go just hit for 6 on 1 Prowess, 2 Prowess. He's veteran. Nothing's going to be big enough to fight the Otter. They don't have any planes in play, so we don't have to worry about lay down arms. Get a buff there. Sure. All right, math time, kids. This is 3 Prowess. This will go to 5. This will give it 6 and 7, and then it'll be 8. Okay. Come on, no. Guess I'm just gonna start it off with sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. Hands are very slight. Well, we can take the lightning strike and just try to figure it out next turn. We'll attack. All we got. It has trample already, and they can't block the Otter because it's too big. So they have to block Swift Spear or not. And if they try to chump it, we win. They don't chump it, because the token that this makes, a monster, consistently gives it trample. Yep. So go ahead and do this here. No Prowess. Down the 1. We have a lightning strike. So barring haste creature plus the 1 to give them all flying and hit me for a ton, we have this in the back. Veteran. We got 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11. Because front tier will get one. So they play to their out of hoping I don't have a lightning strike, but we do. We get to close out the game pretty aggressively. Soldiers wasn't able to. I don't know. Sometimes they play lay down arms, sometimes they don't. So it's a little bit confusing whether they were on it or not. No planes in play tells me not, because it would just be mono white humans. No, app lands and on the draw. Nice. I love it. You untap land and on the draw. Nice. All right, we can draw one more land. Hopefully never another one. Shoot. Yeah. Combat. Big attack. Monster Rage. Damn, Monster Rage is nuts. I didn't play it in the Prowess deck that I played previously, and I was like, oh, what should I do, what not? I kind of guess I just didn't see this card. Not entirely sure why. It just like faded through my reality of being an actual card. And we play Shredder. Then we cast the Honor. Get that Prowess. We get that Monster Rage. And we go ahead and get rid of other Shredder and hope they don't untap and depopulate me. Opponent, you don't want to do it. Somehow worse because now I have to stare at him forever. Whereas like before, at least I didn't have to look at him. They would just be in the graveyard, you know? I'll play a Slippery Little Water. You're out of cards already. And I hope you're having fun playing 8 million 1/1s. You just have lay down arms and you almost pass your turn. Lay down arms. Do it. I feel like that's not a debate. I could be wrong. But who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him, team? Stop being bullied to me. Sleight of hand's better than no looking at the top, I guess. I'm gonna tell him lay down arms, my Prowess creature, very good. Especially that one, because they don't even get the option to really block depending how I do things. Get a plains. I cry. On the one hand, I didn't know that this is a Wandering Emperor. I just know it is. I'll attack. Let's make the decision hard. Well, that snap resolved, so. No Wandering Emperor, very nice. I do think these will no longer exist after this turn. Bye, my sweet princess. Oh? Oh, it's just a draw card? Nice. I think we're in. Four, five, six, seven. Let's go. This is what it's like playing a bad Prowess deck. Like, please. Cause I'll probably cut to this point. This hand's pretty good. Has a lot of upside. So we're gonna keep a hold of it. In terms of like, Kamanos are good. Kind of dead. That helped. Oh yeah, I'm super dead. Help. You're gonna show me why there's a better deck in the format, please. That could have been worse. Like, all things considered, definitely could have been worse. Never mind, it's worse. I got the chick, I suppose. Kind of thought about taking out the mono. But at least like with this, I can technically block. Do this down. My problem is end of festivities is going to be so annoying. Not end of festivities. Yeah, it's end of festivities, right? One red card. It's like one to each. They're just going to kill my questing druid. Reckless impulse. Phoenix chick. I mean, lightning strike was 4 damage to my face. If you want to think of it that way. You don't have to. Just saying you could think of it that way. Lightning strike something or to not lightning strike something. If I play both these, this will go all the way up to 4. But we'll pass for now. I think lightning striking something is going to be too important. Lightning striking something is going to be very important. Shit coming down. Man. And oh man, oh man. I have to take that out. I don't really want to trade this. That's 4 damage. Yeah. Lightning strikes and things of that nature just become so much to deal with. Do this. Keep a blue and a green available. Well, I wasn't ready for that. Play Swiss Spear. Play Otter. We'll just hope they don't have an end of festivities. If they do, I'm getting blown out anyway. Like, it's 1 mana, deal 3 damage to the whole board. 1 mana, deal 4 damage to the entire board. Or 5 to me. We have like no way. You're in top deck mode. You're not. Or we are, kind of as well. We are if we get a turn, we win. Could have held one back for another haste creature. Get land. Not gonna be. That's really how it's gotta go. That's really how it has to go. We do it first. Nice. Might be the first time I went first. That also could be a lie. I'm not sure. Attack. Bonk. Neuter bonk. Ah, cut down. Monster Rage gets me out of cut down, right? I think so. Because it's +2 plus prowess, it'd be a 2/3. Yeah, it would be out of cut down range. Nice. Fine with me. So to play around cut down, or the -3/-3, we're gonna do it this way. Fire off mono. Attack. A vicious attack. Look at fire. Can't cut that down. No. Although we're probably losing this turn. It does suck. We kind of have all the eggs in one basket. Sometimes it's what you gotta do. Never mind. We don't have all the eggs in one basket. Sleight of hand sees it more cards. Lightning Strike is fantastic. We can do one of two things here. We can cast a Reckless Impulse, cause them to block, but I think they might have to block anyway. So we attack, because if they don't block, it's lethal. Okay. Not lethal. It's close. It felt like lethal. I'm sorry. I'm a liar. Well, they can't draw with Gix, I guess. You can double pay for the sleeper. If I just Odawara bounce this, that's a play. It's like uncounterable. They have to have 2 removal. Let's go for it. That if this ends up winning, Odawara's lock in every game. So they could have double removal. Yeah, what we're playing around here is them paying into the Sleep Curse Fairy, and then paying into it again is their options of plays. But then they kind of have to hope I don't have the Prowess. But we end up getting there. Nice. Other than the fact I can't count, that went incredibly well. Final game here. Apparently it wants me to get ran through very quickly. Go first. We have Swiss Spear, maybe protection. It depends what we draw. Glad we played one more, even if we end up losing this game. Because I wanted to try the Royal Treatment. I haven't really got to yet. There's a Kamano. Untap source? No. Well. I think I just play aggressively. Most likely, I think we're going to see a turn 2 tap out, play a creature, and get aggressive against me. So. What do you mean you're not? What do you mean you're not mono red? That's one way to like ensure that that's how that happens, I guess. This is a mistake, probably. Now I don't feel like they're gonna block. They could feel the pressure and choose to. Yeah, no block here. Hold. Hold for protection here. Especially against red-black. You very easily could have go for the throat, cut down, etc. They attack. I mean, yep. I'll take 4. I'm not trying to play a fair game. Sleight of hand. Again, we have the protection, so we're just looking for land to get more stuff down. Like a Stormcarved Coast. Move into combat. Imagine if something they flash they would have. They're going for something now, though. Is it a fight spell? Oh, okay. Get the Otter down. Benefit on the counter from Kamano. Otter's a hard one for them to deal with. Maybe it'll be the one they try to remove. Go for the throw. Do we just blow it out? I think the answer is yes. Is our Kamano will flip here? Alright, so no cut down available. If they want to remove that Swiss Spear, they have to pay an extra mana. If we rip a land, it's just double lightning strike and Otter's unblockable. Maybe. They could play land, play Shieldred. And it would require something else on the Otter. Let us move to combat. There's a Sokazon. Could see interesting blocks here. I think we just move forward with this. We could always lightning strike a creature that they choose to block with. Blocks there and there. Let's throw that aside. What are these blocking? This is blocking Kumano, so view the browser. Yeah, we don't care about that. We want their Kumano to die. Could then a lightning strike. Here. Trigger our Prowess up. Short lethal by 2. Now we have 3 creatures plus a lightning strike. So I kind of like our chances. Mono here. Attack. After peril? I would assume this is make 1/1 block and hope it's enough. Unless they discard a card, if you control a demon, you just lose 2 life. Unless they discard a card, if you control a demon or devil, you gain 2 life. Fine. Now we guarantee have it. So let's impulse. Go this. Yeah, we just remove this. We still had it either way, so respectable. A good game. All right, so we get to talk about the deck now. We are playing Temur Prowess, the main features of why we're kind of hopping on board on Temur. And I don't think this list is necessarily solved by any stretch of the imagination, and maybe green's just not even like worth it that much. But basically, the idea was to play a questing druid that can kind of act as a reckless impulse, but at the same time, it's an instant speed. So sometimes you can do like combat trick stuff with it. If it's like, oh, I'll do something if they don't block because then it's lethal, because sometimes that happens and people are just like, oh, we don't have anything. So it can get some people that way. Or we can just use it on their end stab. Maybe they wipe our board or something, and then we can reckless impulse and go into our turn with drawing 3 cards pretty much and going that route. And then we can play it as a creature, and then once we play a couple other spells, it grows pretty quick, pretty fast. The other thing I wanted to try out was the royal treatment. Normally you would think of this in terms of just playing in maybe like a virtuoso deck, which I definitely want to try out in the future, but it has served a good purpose. That hexproof protection for a turn is very nice, and in this deck where we don't really get too blown out by like a card like Shieldred's Edict, because we do play 22 threats, I think, or 16. Oh, the other one plays 16 or 22. This one plays less. As you can tell, I've been doing work on this deck a lot, but this is kind of where a buddy of mine settled. The only difference that I cut was a Ancestral Anger, and I put in Monstrous Rage just to have like way more upside, and the Trample to be super important at instant speed where they think they might have you, and then you can Monstrous Rage. The other thing is like playing Shredders. I like a lot because it's pretty good against your mono red matchups, plus filtering. We are on a low land count, so sometimes this might have to help us find a land, but we don't want too many. We want one every like 3 cards pretty much. and maybe a little bit less than that, maybe like 1 every 4. But once we hit about 4 lands, we want none ever. We just want cards. So it's a little bit hard thing to balance in these type of decks. But if I can spread it out here to kind of show what we have in kind of the terms, Kamano obviously counts as a creature. Questing Druid counts as a creature and a spell. So it's a little bit like they go in this kind of like funky in between spot. The card I was really impressed with, and as people who have played against Mono Red a lot will know, is Monstrous Rage. Puts so much power and toughness on a prowess creature. I did not realize that, like, until it happened to me a couple of times, I didn't realize that this card alone was what was hitting me for 5, and then making their creature huge. Or, I guess, Kamano plus their creature into Monstrous Rage is hitting me for 5. It's just... it's so much. It is a 1/4 of your life total. On like turn 2 or 3, you're just getting chunked out. Plus, it sticks around. It keeps a counter on this, so it just grows and is much bigger. And it's so much easier to then cast like the other side of this, or a lightning strike, or a play with fire to have your creature dodge a cut down. Those spots. I enjoy it. If anybody in the comments would like to play a Temur deck, try to figure it out, maybe give me some suggestions, I will gladly take them. What to do. The hard part about prowess decks and stuff like this is there's a lot of cards to fit in and ways to build it. There's Balmor, there's the tokens versions, there's playing white instead of green to play Monastery Mentor, which somehow is not good. But like, there's so many ways, so many ways to build this deck. You can even just play Boros aggro and just cut the blue and the red, because there are creatures that benefit from like entering the battlefield and just being the hasty, aggressive aggro deck, and then just saying we don't care about drawing cards, we don't care about anything, our creatures are enough, and then we just hit them with burn spells and just creatures that have prowess and haste and things of that nature. So it's a little bit hard. So any suggestions, gladly take them. Please let me know. But I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'm going to let you go now. We'll get out of here.